What the book does is it sets up various directions that one could follow that would not follow a standard sort of structure. So it points toward new directions of creativity. It's not supposed to be the end-all of a particular creative line. It's supposed to point towards new directions. Yeah, a deck of cards lends itself toward breaking things up numerically and then working with things in a serial fashion where you can move numbers around, you know. The Hexadic system is sort of the area where occult epistemologies open up into more of a poetic horizon. First of all, we should talk about how the book is set up. So the book is set up as a series of correspondences or techniques. You can use one, you can combine it with others. You can take some away. You don't have to use all of them. If you took some of them away, it wouldn't matter. And that's why I've always called it an assemblage. It is an assemblage of techniques. That's how it's structured. And each of these techniques point toward sort of a new way to think creatively about the guitar, or even language, or perhaps a correspondence between a note and a word or a letter. They're all just techniques intended to provoke creativity. Okay, so the hexadic figure is laid out like this. Okay, so with this specific array of cards, we basically have a machine for composition. We have 36 cards, which each card is aligned to a note. So with 36 cards, we have 3 octaves. So we have 3 octaves arranged here. One aspect of the hexadic system is a game called triadic movements, where players play cards and notes off of each other. You can pull cards from a deck to represent a certain key. With the Six Organs hexadic deck, we have a card that tells you, it's sort of a reference card to tell you what cards to pull for a specific key. So Brett and I are going to play in the key of G, and we've pulled all of the notes for that. So Elisa is dealing out cards to each player. First, she's dealing out 3 cards that represent the first triad to be played. Then she is presenting a note that each player must substitute for one of the notes that they're already playing. And it's the player's choice which note they want to substitute. And each player is trying to play as steady as possible. So the book is for guitar players who just want to break free from structure that has been handed down to them over and over again and point them in new directions.